for starting the birther conspiracy. You got RFK, who's a crank who believes in all sorts of garbage, chemtrails, drinks raw milk so he can shit himself on a daily basis. But I remember, so back in 2022 this blew up in 2022. Do you remember this? So this is BBC Verify. Again, I love how they have to waste their time to fact check these psychopaths, but BBC Verify did. False claims of deepfake President Biden go viral. This is from July 28th, 2022. People are falsely claiming a video of U.S. President Joe Biden posted by the Democratic Party is a deepfake. A deepfake is a video created using artificial intelligence, blah, blah, blah. We've looked into the video. What are people claiming? Social media users have claimed. The video has been altered to superimpose the president's face on an actor's body using artificial intelligence. In the 17-second clip, President Biden spoke about the January 6 riots, which saw protesters storm the U.S. Capitol building. The riot is currently being investigated by a congressional panel. The video was published on the Democrats' official Twitter account on Wednesday and quickly became part of a wider conspiracy. Posts doubting the legitimacy of the video have been shared thousands of times, including by prominent pundits from the right-wing U.S. television channels Newsmax and One America News. By the way, Fox News, Newsmax, One America News are cited by the right as the outlets they trust the most, and this is the shit that they're talking about. By the way, if you were going to do a Biden clone, right, or an actor who fills in for Biden when he's not feeling well because he's 1,000 years old, if you were going to do that, why wouldn't you have an actor that can speak in complete sentences and come across as smooth and come across as younger? Because I got news for you. Every time in the past 2 years Biden went in public, he tripped over his fucking dick and face planted and made an ass of himself and had about 17 gaffes. If it was an actor being Joe Biden or a Joe Biden clone, why did they go to that event and say, welcome President Putin when he was trying to welcome President Zelensky, right? Why did he stand in the debate and say, we finally cut Medicare. We finally beat Medicare. Why would he do that? If you're going to get an actor, if you're going to get a clone, obviously the point would be, let's have this person on point. Let's have them deliver the lines well. Let's make sure that they're more politically competent than Joe, who's laying in bed somewhere, right? It all falls apart so fucking quickly. So anyway, here's one. One person tweeted, "My eye can detect the uncanny valley instantly. This is 100% deepfake technology. They pasted Biden's face on an actor. I'd bet my career on it." This person says, "Here's the two videos back and forth. Pay attention to his physical appearances and his voice. Again, both supposedly from today, but only a few hours apart. What the hell is happening here?" One reason people have cast doubt on the video is because they say President Biden looks different in another video published on the same day, which some people also claim is fake. But the differences in his appearance are clearly due to the lighting used when filming. Not only lighting, y'all. Let me teach you something about video, okay, and photography. There's this thing called aspect ratio, which is like sort of how wide or skinny you look based on the lens of the camera, the frame of the camera. So different aspect ratio and different lighting, and also maybe makeup in one and not makeup in another, etc., right? And boom, you could look like a completely and utterly different person. It happens all the time. When I have to record a video on my laptop camera versus on an actual camera, I look almost like a different person. If somebody didn't know me and they weren't familiar with me and it was the first time they saw me, they wouldn't be sure, hey, is that the same guy as this guy, right? Because things just look different. The aspect ratio is different. The lighting is different. So what the other thing that's hilarious to me about this is when I always look at the thing they cite as evidence, I'm looking going, this looks like the fucking exact same guy. Like, even given the lighting differences and the aspect ratio, this looks like the same person. This is the same person. Imagine looking at this and thinking, bro, we got him. We got him, bro. Oh my God. They go on and say, people have also claimed that this video is suspicious because he doesn't blink, but that wouldn't prove the video was a deepfake. One post that has been retweeted almost 40,000 times says a normal person blinks their eye 15 to 20 times a minute. People blink approximately 12 times a minute, but it's perfectly possible not to blink for an extended period of time, far longer than the 17 seconds featured in this video. There is also a cutaway through the clip of President Biden tweeted by the Democrats, so he wasn't holding continuous eye contact for the whole time. So do you understand what happened there? He fucked up, so they cut it out, so they had a cut, and they go, oh, look, he hasn't blinked for all this time. No, they cut out a part. In that part, he blinked, but also, even if he didn't blink in the part that they cut out, it was only 17 seconds. Like, it's amazing the depths these people will go to. A longer version of the video has been published by the White House, which shows the president blinking several times. So in other words, you go watch the full context, you go watch the full clip. Of course, he's blinking several times. In addition, deepfakes can blink. I don't know why they think like, oh, the technology's not there to have them blink. Yeah, it is. A lot of people think you can spot a deepfake because it doesn't blink, which is actually not correct. A badly made deepfake might not blink, but that is not a categorical sign that it's a deepfake, said Sam Gregory, an expert on deepfakes. There was research done 3 or 4 years ago which found that deepfakes didn't blink, but technology has since improved to enable deepfakes to blink. Anyway, I don't even know, like, why the fuck are we talking? I know why we're talking about this. We're talking about this because the fucking president of the United States of America is spreading the idea that Biden is dead and this is a clone. This is a robot clone. By the way, if you're going to say it's a clone, why would you go right to robot? Why wouldn't you say it's a clone as in an actor, right? Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it, bro. Now, by the way, in the past, I would have simply said, this is Trump being impulsive, retweeting some shit that he thought was interesting and that he agreed with, right? But now I'm more of Corin's mindset, because Corin, I remember him and I debating this years ago, where he said, a lot of this shit Trump does is also planned. Like, this is planned. He plans it because he's trying to make the conversation go in a certain direction. And so, in this instance, yeah, he's trying to make the conversation. He's distracting from other things he doesn't want people to talk about. He knows you can't not talk about the president of the United States saying that the previous president is a clone, is a robot clone. So now everybody has to talk about that. And you're distracting from what? The big beautiful bill, for example. You're distracting from what? The genocide in Gaza, where they lured Palestinians to a humanitarian zone and then Israel opened fire, murdering them brazenly. They used like bait to corner them and then kill them, right? Those are just 2 examples of things. Or the Elon thing, right? Like, there's so many things that he would prefer you talk about this over that, and so he's doing it on purpose. Now, he is also crazy enough to think that's actually the case, right? In the same way he still says the 2020 election was rigged. That's total fucking bullshit. We know that. And so I'm not saying he doesn't believe it. He very well may believe it. But also him saying it now and doing it now, it absolutely is to try to distract from the other things. The difference is, I'm going to talk about this and I'm going to talk about the other things, right? Where I think the media goes wrong is they'll take the bait on this and then not talk about the other things, which is what he's trying to distract from. So, God damn it, man. I keep saying I don't want to live through history anymore. Can we just get back to some normal ass shit? Can we get back to having a president who wouldn't say that their predecessor was a fucking deepfake robot clone? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with this? This country is so cooked. It's off the charts how cooked we are. It really is. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.